check those in a moment as we look at the race details. You can see Moscow Flyer won the race last year, native upmanship, 2.5 mile specialist, and in his prime in 2002 and 2003. Here's the course they'll take. They start down the back and they do a circuit and then go around again. Let's just have a look now at these runners and riders for this John Smith's Melling Chase. 1 is Davosky, Jimmy McCarthy. 2, Cataran, Paddy Brennan. Number 3 is Leroy Miguel, Ruby Walsh, wearing the same colours as he did in the previous race under Politan. Dominic Ellsworth rides Mr. McGoldrick. Moscow Flyer is the winner of 18 completed starts over fences. Barry Geraghty. Number 6 is the Therealbandit, Timmy Murphy. They're coming in here and it's a very short run to the first. Jumping 16 fences, away they go. The Therealbandit first one to step off from Cataran, and Moscow Flyer up there in third as they head to the first now. The favourite has jumped it stylishly. In fact, he's jumped way up past the Therealbandit now, and in the early stages he'll want Cataran to kick on a bit here. A couple of lengths away then in fourth, Mr. McGoldrick, and further back Leroy Miguel as they come now to the second, and further back is Davosky, losing touch with them already. Heading down the back now towards fence number 3. And this is an open ditch. Cataran on the outside of the Therealbandit, sitting in behind the Moscow Flyer. And Mr. McGoldrick's gone. He's a faller at the open ditch, Mr. McGoldrick. That leaves 5. Horse and jockey both up on their feet as they come now to the fourth. Leaders jump it well. Moscow Flyer jumping it very competently in third. But not a great gallop on at this stage. And it's the Therealbandit out in front by 3 lengths to Cataran. 2 lengths away in third is Moscow Flyer, a gap of 3 lengths, then Leroy Miguel, and 20 lengths or so last is Davosky as they head now to the cross fence, which is number 5. Heading towards it now, the Therealbandit jumps it well, getting in a fraction close there, the favourite, Moscow Flyer, but didn't do too much damage at all as they run now towards the entrance to the home straight. The Therealbandit on the inside, the leader by a length and a half to Cataran in second. Then in third is Moscow Flyer. 4 lengths away, then Leroy Miguel, a gap, then Davosky. Heading to the next. And a bad mistake by Cataran. Cataran went right down on his nose and Moscow Flyer goes into second. But the Therealbandit vies it for the first time, and a change of role here comes to this open ditch, nicely clear, and he jumps it very well. Lands over at 4 lengths clear of Moscow Flyer. Another 4 then Leroy Miguel from Cataran, who's recovered from that bad mistake, and a gap then Davosky. Heading up to the 8th. It'll be the last next time round, and out in front the Therealbandit by 5 lengths or so, and comes towards it. Got in too close, sailing it over it in second was Moscow Flyer. In third then was Leroy Miguel from Cataran. Davosky's tailed off. A circuit left to go. Skoo, how's he jumping, Moscow?
He was just pulling hard early on, Jim. You could see that Barry was struggling, his hands were coming up, but he's got into his rhythm, and touch wood, he's jumping well. This is a difficult fence now because they go around a bend, they change their legs, they can be awkward. But I've been watching Ruby Welsh. I hope it goes well for him. He's been fantastic over a fence. It's wonderful to watch him. He, as they say, it's just one motion go to the fence.
Heading down the back now and towards the 9th. It's the Therealbandit who leads to it from Moscow Flyer, who saw that one, saw a stride and jumped it magnificently. He's running away with Barry Geraghty at this stage. 3 or 4 lengths away in third, Leroy Miguel just tracking the leaders. A gap to Cataran, who's under pressure, and forget Davosky. Heading now to the 9th, and it's the Therealbandit who lands over at 3 lengths clear of Moscow Flyer, who took it in his stride. 3 or 4 lengths away then is Leroy Miguel. A long gap then to Cataran, and Davosky just coming to the fence. Coming to the third ditch now, and the leaders sail over it in good style. The Therealbandit seems to be gaining confidence. He's a couple clear of Moscow Flyer though, who's under heavy restraint on the outside as he jumps that. Then in third place is Leroy Miguel. A long gap then Cataran, who just scrambled over that, and Davosky just coming to it. Moscow Flyer's taken it up now on the bend. He sprints 2 lengths in front now of Leroy Miguel. Then the Real Bandit, who's dropped back to third. A long gap Cataran, but coming towards 4 out. It's Moscow Flyer, 3 lengths clear. He draws towards it now, jumps it well from Luar Miguel. They're 4 lengths clear then of, in third place, the Real Bandit, and a long gap to Cataran. But the cheers of the crowd as they sense a famous victory here, as the champion Moscow Flyer is 5 lengths clear on the turn with 3 to jump. Luar Miguel's under pressure in second. A long gap then the Real Bandit coming to 3 out. Moscow Flyer jumps it well. They're 2 or 3 lengths in front now of Luar Miguel, who's under pressure. A long gap in the field, the Real Bandit. Last ditch coming up. This is 2 out. Moscow Flyer draws towards it now with his ears pricked. Jumps it magnificently. Lands over at 4 lengths in front of Luar Miguel, who won't give up. A long gap of 15 lengths then the Real Bandit and Cataran, but they've got 1 left to jump. It's Moscow Flyer heading for his 19th win over fences. He's about 8 lengths in front, drawing towards the last with ears pricked, comes to it, jumps it well, gets it away from it, from Luar Miguel, a tired jump. Then in third is the Real Bandit, but according to the script, he's followed it today. Moscow Flyer, Barry Garrity comes up to win it by 12 lengths. In second is Luar Miguel, 15 lengths away third, the Real Bandit, and still coming is Cataran, and Davosky is going to complete the course in fifth. Barry Garrity and Moscow Flyer. Moscow Flyer registering his 26th win during a career of 40 starts, and that's his 19th win over fences. What a performance, and what a performer. Number 5, Moscow Flyer, owned by Brian Carney, trained by Jesse Harrington and ridden by Barry Garrity, is the winner of the John Smith's Melling Chase. Second, number 3, Luar Miguel, Ruby Walsh. Third, number 6, the Real Bandit, Timmy Murphy. And fourth, number 2, Cataran, Paddy Brennan. Fifth is Davosky, and gets prize money there, significant prize money too, for the owner. £3,750 for running fifth. But there he is, the winner, Moscow Flyer. They love a champion. They've seen one today.